Total War Arena teams up with Wargaming for improvements, Black Desert launches its Margoria expansion, Nexon's Hyper-Universe plans to make it to the west, there's a new way to play Sword Art Online, and ARK straps lasers to dinos. What's up guys, James Blonde here with a weekly recap for gaming news and announcements of the week ending January 30th, 2017, and starting out the news this week, Total War Arena is back. In closed alpha, of course, after a break to make improvements on the game, and in doing so, they've actually teamed up with Wargaming to help publish and collaborate, working hard together to make the game exactly what the community is demanding. So according to the new developer diary you see playing in the background, the Wargaming Alliance, as it's called, has helped out updating their team to really make a big difference in the game and how it's put together, as well as making game improvements to the UI and gameplay, all kinds of stuff. Not a whole lot of information on the exact changes just yet, other than what you see in the video, of course, but expect previous player invites back to the new closed alpha and beta tests that are coming soon. So I've got to say, I'm still intrigued by this game, and it's hoping to be in closed beta sometime this spring. Might have to check it out. Next up might be some nice news for Sword Art Online fans, and this time I'm actually not trolling you. Right Flyer Studios has actually published a new free-to-play mobile multiplayer action RPG called Sword Art Online Memory Defrag. Now, I don't typically cover mobile games, but with the popularity of my April Fool's video from a couple of years ago, I kind of felt that the least I could do is report when there was actually a real game made based on the popular anime. So in Sword Art Online Memory Defrag, players can experience the world of Aincard in a side-scrolling adventure. It's going to feature many recognizable characters from the series, of course, as well as some of the well-known boss characters from the original work. However, there is also a completely new original storyline just for this game itself. So again, not necessarily my cup of tea, but for you Sword Art Online fans, maybe something you're interested in. The game is available via download on the App Store or Google Play and is a free-to-play game. Switching over to Star Wars fans here, BioWare and Lucasfilm launched an exciting new multiplayer and solo gameplay with the Defend the Throne game update for Knights of the Eternal Throne, which is the latest expansion for Star Wars The Old Republic. For those looking for the ultimate solo combat challenge, Master Mode difficulty mode is now live for all 25 Knights of the Fallen Empire and Knights of the Eternal Throne chapters, and promises to be the most challenging combat level yet, of course. This update also brings in 5 new multiplayer battle scenarios, such as Trench Runner, where players must capture and defend the war-torn trenches of Denova against the fanatical Republic General Amos Reich and his elite commandos, Destroyer of Worlds, in which you must escort your team and a payload of explosives deep beneath Makeb to defeat the corrupted Jedi Master and seal away the ancient horror she's unearthed. And, you get the idea. So this update brings in several multiplayer battle scenarios like these, and players are able to unlock all of this and more with the new Galactic Command System once they reach level 70. Pick up all the details from the link below, otherwise the new update is now live. Also this past week, as of the 25th, Black Desert launched its new Margoria expansion. The expansion was accompanied by a special launch event and Pearl store sale. The event will include Ocean Conquests, underwater exploration, where players can earn a special title as well as 2 pieces of an Etheria sailboat design, and the all-new Adventures of Margoria guild missions, in which the winners will be awarded 2 million silver to add to their guild bank upon completing. Players can set sail for the adventure from any port, and the event will last until February 8th. As you might expect, the expansion comes with tons of new items, monsters, quests, the new area of course, mechanic changes, and interface changes. Now, this isn't one of the biggest expansions per se, but it's definitely an expansion either way. This past week also brings in a Riders of Icarus update. According to the Sandstorm update patch notes, as they're calling it, Aurora's shop will have some awesome new items such as the January Lucky Box featuring Ice Armored Karav and Blue Diagonal mounts, Fallen Angel costume, wings, weapon skin, the whole package, balanced intricate bracelet featuring 3 gem slots, and more. The update will also feature the new raid boss, Sandstorm, a new PvP zone, a new solo challenge dungeon, new familiars, bug fixes, and 4 new events, all of which started this past week on the 25th. The Stygia Conquerors, Champions of the Spire, and Worlds Unite events will all end on the 16th, and the Lunar New Year Tour will end on February 8th. All 4 events offer their own unique rewards, challenges, and bonuses, of course. For a more detailed list, check Check out the patch notes linked in the description below. Also coming from Nexon, the new game Hyper Universe is officially coming to the West from Korea and debuted this past weekend at PAX South 2017, which unfortunately I didn't get to go to this year for obvious reasons. But this is a free-to-play MOBA game with a focus on 2D side-scrolling action where 2 teams of 5 battle it out until one of their bases is destroyed. Unlike the clone MOBAs that we've seen come out on an hourly basis basically in the past, Hyper Universe uses a 5-tower map where all the towers are located in the middle lane. The other lanes, which can be accessed through ladders or energy fields on the ground, are filled with NPCs that can be farmed for gold, like you see in the video here. Beyond that, there are already 25 Hypers, as they're called in this game, that you can play as. And in this game, they feature various characters from well-known pop culture, like Power Rangers, as an example. It's kind of interesting. Oh, and this isn't a point-and-click MOBA. Here you use W, A, S, and D to directly control the character, kind of like you would in a platformer. Players can choose from 6 different character types and go 1v1 through the game's RPG mode or command your troops in PvP matches. Definitely looks interesting and fun based on the trailers alone. Wouldn't mind giving this one a shot. Yet another new twist on a very saturated genre. Head over to their official site for registration details, but no information has been given just yet as to when it's coming. We just know that it's coming. Plenty of news for Paladins this week. First up, Drybear goes over Hi-Ris's plans for Season 1 changes based on continuous player feedback in the latest Developer Insight video. In this video, Drybear discusses the solutions to some of the issues, such as the community's request to make gold, which is the in-game currency, more valuable, making masteries more meaningful, making opening Radiant chests more exciting, and then some, including card upgrades and the way talents are handled as an example. According to the video, what they are working on currently is updating the talent system so that the talents themselves are still something that you can make unique for your playstyle, but they are once again cards and they are not put behind masteries, meaning that you can actually purchase these cards if you have the currency to do so. Some exciting news here for some players is that they decided not to keep the card upgrade system, so you won't have stat increases or flat values on cards themselves. Instead, they're looking more towards the Radiant chest to make that more meaningful. Plus, now you can spend gold on the Radiant chests, however, they don't give you gold as a reward when you open them. Instead of gold, Radiant chests now give you a new crafting currency that doesn't have a name just yet, that will be spent on cards. So instead of unlocking cards with gold, you'll need this new currency to unlock cards that you get from the Radiant chest. It's kind of confusing, but, you know, it'll probably work out nicely once it's implemented in the game. But as you can probably guess, Drybear breaks down all of this really nicely in the new video, so be sure to check that out if you're still confused or looking for more details. Besides all of that, Paladins released a new champion this past week. This time it's Torvald, the Runic Sage Keeper of Knowledge. Torvald is a new frontline champion that has a new take on being a tank. He not only has a personal shield, but he also has the ability to project shields on his teammates with his gauntlet. Now, he does have to recharge his own personal shield with right click, so there's a lot of intelligent play in regards to keeping that shield recharged in order to support his allies that way. But one of my favorite aspects of this character is that he's actually able to drain enemy shields to recharge his own. And that's like a win-win right there. I mean, that's definitely a counter-tank tank. His ultimate is really interesting as well. Check out the Open Beta 42 patch preview in order to get the rundown on the latest champion in Paladins. On a slightly similar note, ever wondered what a more lifelike Eevee would look like? Well, Paragon's got you covered with their new hero, Aurora. The new elusive crowd control specialist arrives tomorrow, January 31st, and uses the cold to freeze her enemies and take control of the battle. For example, players can use her ability Hoarfrost, Hoarfrost, to create a ring of frost around Aurora, dealing damage and rooting enemies caught in the ice. Or Cryosism, which creates an ice earthquake. That's kind of cool. Enemies in the area will turn into ice, which then explodes, causing damage to the hero and spreading the effect to other nearby heroes and minions. Aurora is part of Paragon's 0.37 update, which also includes some improvements to team comms and death streak, whatever that's supposed to mean. Check out the full list of her abilities from the breakdown in the link description below. Next up, Overwatch has begun its Lunar New Year celebration, so for the next 3 weeks, players will have the chance to collect over 100 commemorative cosmetic items, enjoy a firefight beneath some fireworks in Laijing Tower, and work together to capture the flag in Overwatch's newest Brawl mode. As with previous events, Lunar loot boxes can be earned or purchased, and will contain at least one item from the Year of the Rooster collection in the form of player icons, sprays, victory poses, emotes, highlight intros, skins, and more. Capture the Rooster, Overwatch's version of Capture the Flag, has also been released. Teams will face off in Lajiang Tower, attempting to secure the flag while the opposing team does the same. You know, it's the classic capture the flag sort of thing. The event will end February 13th and is available right now. But finally, for our last bit of news, two things I'm really looking forward to this week besides my son being born. First up, we've got an epic update for ARK Survival Evolved. It's headed to the game today. I'm talking about the Tek Tier update, something we've been looking forward to for a long time now. It's adding in some advanced gear, structures, and freaking T-Rexes with freaking laser beams attached to their freaking heads. I mean, that's all I gotta say. Some of the gear includes a teleporter, power armor that, as you can tell from the video, makes you kind of like a combination of Iron Man and the Flash, nearly unstoppable, with super speed and, you know, jetpack stuff.
You're gonna do superhero landing. Wait for it!
Woo! Cloaking devices, plasma rifles, plasma swords, aka lightsabers, and even like underwater base stuff that's not even shown here. And of course, the freaking Rex armor, just to name a few things. So yeah, I know you can pretty much get all of this stuff with mods, but if it's official, it makes it that much better for everyone. The update adds in several other things unrelated to the Tek Tier stuff, like several new dinos as an example, but nobody really cares about that, just the laser beams. This is one that was supposed to come out on the 20th, but got delayed until today, the 30th, because Studio Wildcard actually mentioned that it was a larger update than they expected, and I don't blame them, but I definitely think it's going to be worth the wait. Likewise, along with its badass new cinematic trailer, Funcom has also announced that Conan Exiles Barbarian Edition is going to be available. This special edition is the ultimate introduction to the world of Conan the Barbarian and includes items such as the custom Conan Exiles digital comic book, exclusive Conan Exiles t-shirts, so some physical stuff here, 6 digital Conan the Avenger comic books, I didn't know Conan was an Avenger, a special edition ebook with illustrations from original Conan stories, of the award-winning soundtracks from the game, and all kinds of stuff like this. This is crazy. Even like Twitch like overlays. And that's just the physical stuff. The in-game items include a Savage Rhino mount, the Art of Conan Exiles digital art book, and plenty more. The standard edition is priced at $29.99, while the Barbarian edition is priced at $59.99. Might be worth it to some of those. I mean, there are definitely Founders packs out there that are more expensive than that don't give you near as much. Check out the blog post link in the description below for the nice breakdown between the different packages, and hopefully we'll have some time to get in game and check it out myself. Maybe, you know, put up a couple of videos or so. But anyway, guys, that's about it for all the major gaming news and announcements this week. Thanks again for watching and supporting me. Special thanks to Nicholas Sauer and Christopher Street for being my latest Patreons. Definitely means a lot to me and keeps these videos going. Like always, pick up more information about the news featured in the recap from the links in the description below. Feel free to discuss the news and add more news in the comments below, but don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the heck out of this video. Until next time, guys, that's going to be it for me. I'm James Blonde. See you out there, gamers.